Hi, my name is Paulina. I am a life coach, energetics guide, and I help people get what they want through doing things differently. Today I'm sharing with you how I've manifested homes in the past and how you can do it too. So the first thing is get clear on your why so that you can write your list. So your why is the purpose. It's like saying we want $1 million. Why? What are you going to do with it? Because sometimes the universe will give us things in different packages. So when you're thinking about what's important for you in a home, you want to think price, location, amenities. Do you need a dishwasher? Do you not need a dishwasher? For me, some things on my list were space to host. I love having people over, so it was really important to me that my home had a place where people could stay overnight. And again, the universe wants to support you in living your fullest life. So as you're dreaming of this home and you're calling in what you desire, picture yourself in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever the timeline for staying in this home is, and think really expansively about what this house will provide for you, because homes also want us to. Homes want people in there who love them, who take care of them, who cherish them, who really celebrate and get excited just being there. So think of your why, and then once you come up with your why and what type of home will support you best in your coming years, write your list. Get out a pen and paper, actually write it down. I have so many lists going around for homes. And then get clear on what's non-negotiable for you and be ready to say no. Be ready to say no to the things that aren't serving you, and you'll be able to feel it in your gut, or maybe you have a vision coming in your mind that this isn't for you. Trust yourself during this process, because again, homes want to support us and there is a perfect fit out there for you in your price range. Speaking of price range, the next one is believing it's possible. So you have your why, you have your list. The next thing is to get out there and believe that it can be yours. So I lived in Toronto for 5 or 6 years. I went home for 6 months, gave everything away, and decided to come back. So I was looking for a place that I could stay in for 2 to 3 months, and my budget started at $1,500. And quickly, after looking at the market, I decided to drop it down after seeing that I could get a place with roommates for around $900 a month. It was during COVID, so this was less in Toronto than normal. And then I really got expanded into my thinking. I started thinking about all the people who had went home and had empty apartments, or all the people who generally keep empty apartments and would rather take a little bit of money to pay for rent than have no one there and be paying it fully for themselves. So I got expanded and dropped my budget down to $1,000 and started getting creative about ways that this could happen. And then also I limited hearing other people's negative opinions or beliefs about the world and the way it was. So Toronto, again, during COVID, however, people kept telling me during this search, they knew I was looking, that Toronto's so expensive, how could I afford it, all of these things. And I put earmuffs on. I created my own reality. I believed that rent was dropping drastically. I believed that there were a lot of places that needed someone to live in them. I believed that because it was a shorter term rental, I could get a really good deal on price. And then of course, a few days later, through a friend of my mom, someone had heard that I was looking for a place in Toronto. They asked me what my budget was, and I said $1,000. They said sure. The apartment had been sitting empty for a few months. They had a few months left of the lease, and so it was a win-win solution for both of us. And I knew that this place was right because the moment I walked in, the woman I was subletting from had the exact same deck of tarot cards as me. So this house supported everything that I needed in that moment for the grounding space, but it wasn't a long-term fit. It wasn't in my neighborhood that I wanted to be in, Little Italy. So what I did when I was looking for a place that I wanted to really become stable in was walking around the neighborhood a million times. And something that I hear both from my job search and other people who have found these magical places is that it never shows up in the way you want it to. So I had been looking to sign a long-term 1-year lease to really get grounded, and nothing was working for me. I was looking at all these apartments and it felt really bad in my stomach. It wasn't for me. And so I started thinking of other ways. How could this happen to me? Not in the way that I expected to happen to me. I looked for short-term rentals. Of course, I found a spot on the Friday, moved in on the Monday in my ideal neighborhood that I had been walking around, and I ended up getting to take over the lease after a few months. And this home is perfect for me, which will lead me to my next step. look for signs on your search. Look for signs that are really special to you and only you will understand. And then also make those searches or make those things a necessity on your list. So for me, it's open windows in the bedroom. It's something very important to me. And I haven't had that in all homes. So I went to view a $4 million home the other day because it's really important to put yourself in the energy of what you desire. And one of the first things the realtor told me was that these windows open, and he showed me exactly how they open, which was to me a nudge from the universe saying keep going. So as you're looking for your home, like I did with going on walks or visiting this $4 million home, make sure you're putting yourself in that environment. So that could be physically, whether it's, again, like me walking the neighborhood or going to visit homes, or just simply visualizing you in your massive kitchen with all your friends around you doing exactly what you desire in your home. Maybe that's having a full fridge just to yourself if you've had roommates. Finally, that bathtub, whatever it is, picture yourself there and believe it's possible. And then the last step, timing is divine. Timing is divine, and it happens when it needs to happen. So if nothing is working out for you with your housing search, just know that what you want is possible and it will arrive. Again, it might look different than you expect. That's why it's so important to have our list of the things we really need and desire. But the timing will be right when it happens. So if you're feeling frustrated, take a step back, make sure you're refreshing your list, and then keep coming again. You doing the energetic movements of saying what you want, claiming what you want, through getting clear with your why. So a block for you might be that your why is not in alignment. Maybe you're going to be moving, maybe you're going to be downsizing in your role, your job, and will have less money for bills or mortgage or rent, whatever it is. If the timing is not working out, go back to your list, reassess what's really important for you, and just sit for a second. Notice how you feel. Is it a hard yes? Is it a hard no? And then adjust as necessary. And then just keep going through the process, visualizing yourself there, believing it's possible, and expanding yourself into all the possibilities in this lifetime for you. I hope you find this helpful, and I can't wait to answer any questions you have in the comments.